Welcome, welcome to the New World Woke News. Served to you with no fluff, no buff, real deal, no hiding the BS. With me, Woody. Um, Remember, please like, share, and subscribe and comment. If you like the content, tell me. If I mess up anything, tell me. Keep it positive, please. No reason for anything else. Um, yeah, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. And if you want more of this content, let me know with some likes. If you don't, guess give me some dislikes. But let's get it on. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. John Durham is in negotiations. The attorney, all right, from Connecticut, my state. All right, he is working out some guilty plea deals with some of the deep state operatives that were involved in the Russia hoax, according to Joe DeGenova. DeGenova says he is delighted with what's happening. Joe DeGenova, I can never say that, is a highly respected attorney, retired, I believe now. He also says that John Brennan, which is Obama's former CIA director, was probably never going to take the stand in front of a federal grand jury, because any words that he spoke would just prove his involvement, his guilt. There's nothing he can say that under oath by telling the truth that wouldn't, involve him. It's impossible. Now, if he lied, okay, but it's the evidence is stacked so high that there's no chance for this guy, okay? This is huge news, folks. This is huge. This is encouraging. We're finally going to see some justice against the corrupt individuals that were in the Russia hoax, that tried to take down President Trump, that tried to impeach him, that spied on him illegally when he was candidate and when he was president. It was a coup. It was a coup, and there's no two ifs, ands, buts about it, okay? And finally, we are going to get some justice against these people that think they were above the law. The heads of the CIA, the heads of the FBI, HRC, all Obama, all of them. Oh, God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, it's said that a bunch of them already have been to their military tribunal, and that this body double's filling in. They're using AI technology. They're using clones to fill in for them because they wouldn't want the mass riots and chaoses. If you don't think that's true, where are all those crazy actors and actresses like Ellen DeGeneres, whatever, I can't stand that lady. Where is she? She couldn't shut up before on Twitter and, all over social media. And now she's nowhere to be. Tom Hanks, everybody that was all vocal before is nowhere to be found. Coincidence? I don't know about that. Now, here's an update, okay, on Judge Salas, the house in New Jersey that was attacked by a man dressed as a FedEx employee that shot and killed her son, unfortunately, and left her husband almost dead in critical but stable condition in the hospital. The alleged gunman was said to be an attorney that had a case by her 5 years prior, and he was disgruntled, okay? He's identified as Roy Den Hollander. He has a 1,700-page manifesto, they say, okay, where inside of it he calls Judge Salas a lazy and incompetent Latino Obama-appointed judge. Now, anytime they have these manifestos, come on, that's just is 100%. It's just a cover-up crime. Come on. He has said that he was recently, inconveniently, I would say, and if it was true, I'm sorry for him, was given a diagnosis of cancer, and he was out visiting his old foes. Well, I say to you this: why isn't there a trail of bodies already behind this guy, and he only took out one person and then took himself out? But there is one other person that they say could be tied together with him in his, you know, rampage of seeing his old foes. Um, and he was a, oh, I forgot to say that he was a men's rights attorney also. All right. Now, there's another attorney for men's rights attorney named Mark Angelucci. I want to say, I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. I'm so sorry. He was found shot in the chest by an assailant, responsive at his house, but succumbs to his gunshot wounds, and he passed away. Um, not conveniently, but he was about to break open a case against Child Protective Services in California, folks. Okay? We should all know, and if you don't, this is fact. CPS, Child Protective Services, all across our country, is directly responsible and connected with our missing children, with child trafficking and child sex trafficking. It's disgusting, but think about how many of these kids go in the system and they never find families and they're never heard of again and nobody cares, okay? Unfortunately. Nobody adopts them. Thousands of kids every, probably, I don't know the statistics, so I'm not going to say it. But think about how easy that is for them sick, demented people, that these poor children go into their protective services and then they are just forgotten and put on the child sex trafficking or just trafficked or, excuse me, whatever whatever horribly happens to them. I just can't. I just hate it. But now let's think about this. Do you, my audience, see where all this, the connections and everything, are all leading back to? Come on, let it click for a second. Yes, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and the elite and their sick connections into the world of child trafficking and pedophilia. These people are scared. These people are panicking and they're desperate. And what is usually how they get caught is with a cover-up. They don't get caught doing the crime. They usually get caught, criminals, with the cover-up. And especially cover-ups like this when they're panicked, they're rushed, and they're sloppy. This is horribly easy. A 5-year-old could put the dots together on this, okay? I will keep you updated as soon as I have more information on the Judge Salas case and the connections and how deep it's going to run and how many murders they're going to try to say this attorney that had one case in front of Judge Salas, 5 years, in a 1,700-page manifesto, and got a cancer diagnosis and went on a murder spree to all his foes. But okay. In other news, President Trump signs an executive order banning illegal immigrants from our 2020 census for the census count for the purpose of congressional representation. What does this mean? Well, depending on your population of your state is depending how many seats you're going to get in Congress. Well, if you count the immigrants in your state, where are the immigrants the highest? Sanctuary cities. Where are sanctuary cities? Democratic states, okay? And what do immigrants vote? Democrat. Come on, people. It all goes back to the Democrats. Therefore, if they count the immigrants, then they get more Democratic congressional seats. So, the Democrats are not too happy with President Trump. But guess what? This is weeding out all of the corruption, all of the deceit, all of think, I don't even know the numbers on how many congressional seats there are, but let's just say there's 10 more because of the immigrants, okay? There's 10 more. And these 10 people are just as corrupt as Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all the rest of them, all right? And pencil peckerhead shit, all right? And say they're funneling, I don't know, $1 million, okay, into their coffers, into their bank accounts. That's $10 million more of our tax money that's gone missing. You wait until this is all done and over with, and the 186,000 sealed indictments that are still waiting to be done. And those will be unsealed when Durham and Barr are done, hopefully before the election. Okay? You wait to see how much money we have. You wait to see how much money we have for infrastructure. You just wait to see how much money we have, period. They've been robbing us blind. Robbing us blind. And it about started when I was born in 1980-ish. It was going on before this, but it got out of control from Bush, after Reagan, Bush era, senior, oh God, Poppy Bush. Why'd they call him Poppy Bush? Does anybody want to know why? Not because he's a grandfather, not for that reason. No, because he's king of the poppy fields. Okay, poppy fields create heroin. Okay, when we went to Afghanistan, the heroin that came into our country was 15% came from Afghanistan. The year after we took over Afghanistan, the amount of heroin that came out of Afghanistan into the United States, by the CIA, in the deep state, 90 freaking %. It's all there. It's all facts. Go look it up if you don't believe me. I can't make this shit up. It's unbelievable. Okay. Finally, one step in the TikTok saga. Federal employees are not allowed to have TikTok on their phones anymore. TikTok has no place anywhere near our federal government. Think about the back doors China has in that app. They can turn on your microphone, your camera. Say you're in a private meeting with the president, or you're just in a meeting about defense. They turn on the microphone and they listen to it all. You're in a meeting about China. They turn on the microphone. They're listening to what we're planning. Come on. All right? With that, 2 Chinese hackers have been charged with stealing both ours and European research in the CV-19 virus by the DOJ and the federal prosecutors. Okay? They are considered a prolific threat to the U.S. and foreign networks. They stole terabytes. Now, people don't know, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, okay? That is a shitload of information. On average, if you download a movie, it's usually about a gig. A whole hour and a half movie on average is a gig. I think it's 1,174 gigs make up a terabyte. I'm not sure. Do not hold me to those numbers. But when you're just typing in, okay, and it's just information in papers, documents, woo, that is a lot of information. Just do a look in your phone and see how many gigabytes you have stored in pictures, and then compare that. Do the math on terabytes. Look it up on Google how many gigabytes are in a terabyte, and then just figure that out, and then look up how many PDF documents it takes on average to make up a gigabyte. It's insanity. That's a lot of shit they stole from us, and it's out of control, and China needs to be held accountable. China is out of control. They are deep in all aspects. We have big problems with these. Never mind what they're doing to their own people and the Uyghur Muslims. This video, I hope you saw it just to get educated, that they had hundreds of the Uyghur Muslims blindfolded, handcuffed behind their back, on the ground on their knees, being led to a train that who knows where the F it goes. It's bullshit, and we need to step in. I predict we're going to war, and we're gonna take care of them, and we're gonna unite with our allies and Russia, because China wants world domination. Okay, they don't care about anybody else. They've infiltrated our United States. They've infiltrated Africa. They've infiltrated Italy, Milan. They've infiltrated everywhere, and they let that virus go everywhere. They didn't care. They wanted to take out the world, okay, and then come out of this on top and dominate. But look how karma bites them back. How many days straight of rain, the floods, okay? Now, this is how sick the CCP is, the Communist Party, okay? Some of their dams were at breaking point, so they released the floodgates. But they didn't warn the villages and the towns downstream. And they did this in the wee hours of the morning while people were sleeping. Disgusting. They are disgusting, disgusting people. And there's only 90 million committed CCP members, in all of China, which makes up a small percentage. We gotta help them. That's my thoughts on it. China has. If you really think about it, China has never created, invented nothing. They've stole it from us mainly and other people, other nations, okay? And then they make it out of cheap shit and sell it back to us. Alright? Oh God, they make me so mad. One thing we can do, that I was watching an interview with a retired general. One thing he said we can do, and I believe this as an individual, one thing we can do, it's a small thing, but if everybody does it, okay, if everybody does it, when you go to the store, check where it's made, okay? If it's not made, okay, in the USA, and it's made in China, don't buy it. They depend on us, okay? Our economy. Let's just shut them down, okay? I already talked about the floods. Another way that China is sick and disgusting. They're the number one producer of the most powerful opioid in the world, called fentanyl and carfentanil. They're the number one producer and the number one supplier to the cartels that they're in bed with and to America, okay? They are the opioid crisis. They did that. They admit it, okay? And now they are one of the number one suppliers of cocaine, because with MS-13, like I told you yesterday, they're in bed with them and the cartels. China is disgusting. The CCP, I mean, not the people. The people are beautiful, they're great, and we need to save them. The CCP are sick motherfuckers. And I don't care I said that, because that's what they are, and they need to be taken down. And I hope the rumbles that I'm hearing that we're just going to all take them out, united as a country against them, as a world against them, because they let that bioweapon out on us, okay? On everybody, and nearly crippled us, alright? So, if you had a loved one die or struggling with addiction like I used to, I feel you. And there's one main people we can blame. It's the Communist Party of China. So don't buy any of their shit. Okay? That was that. You gotta remember, they also held back, masks, rubber gloves, medicine, everything, okay, during the pandemic that they caused, that they started, that they could have contained, alright? So karma's coming down on them, tornadoes, flooding, they're in a wartime state right now too, so, alright, And the thing that's sad too is there's countries that are in way worse shape than we are. Okay, there's countries that have the numbers that the mainstream media is making up. Okay, we are out of the guidelines to be in a pandemic. We have beat them numbers, but mainstream media will not allow it to go away. Why? Because they're effing deep state too. They are owned by the deep state. Okay, and one last story to close. Actually, two, real quick. The Missouri Attorney General files a brief to dismiss the junk charges against the McCloskeys, the couple that were definitely 100% in their rights to defend their house. They were the couple that came out, all the memes and the funny thing, but they were defending their home. The wife had the handgun, the pistol. The husband had the long rifle. While after 2 to 500 angry, screaming death threats, broke down a gate to the private community, and once they did that, they were on private property. And when somebody's threatening your house and saying we're gonna kill you, and pointing up, that's gonna be my bedroom, that's where I'm gonna take a shit, that's where I'm gonna shower, etc., etc., they did the right thing. It's just a damn stupid democratic political move to start the movement that they want to a communist, socialist, shithole America. They want to destroy this great country, and we're not letting them. We are gonna. That's that. In closing, the New York Times. We have to have our voices heard against the New York Times. Tucker Carlson, his wife, and 4 kids years ago was targeted by Antifa because they got his address. They came to his house while he was at work, assaulted his wife, vandalized their house, spray painted the symbol in the driveway. She called 911 hiding in a closet, okay? Thank God the kids weren't home. For a year, they got death threats in the mail daily, okay? They came back 1 or 2 other times, too. They didn't want to be cowardice and move because they raised their children in that neighborhood and they loved their neighbors and they loved them, but they did. The New York Times today, I believe, published an article with his new address, pictures of his home, and what do you think that's going to do, and why are they doing it? They want to silence him because they don't like what he speaks the truth, and it doesn't go with their freaking democratic, freaking far left bullshit narrative, New York Times. All right? This is horrendous. This is out of bounds. Wife and children. Out of bounds. Even in Italians. Even big nose Italian. All right? It's out of bounds. You pieces of shit. All right? It's out of bounds. And they did it anyways, and we need to let the world know that we support Tucker. His wife and 4 kids are in danger now. This ain't the mob of Antifa 4 years ago. This is the George Soros, the last stand. Violent. Want to take over and threaten and make us, threaten us and make us succumb to them. Yeah, right. Come to my doorstep. Anyways, I digress. I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. All right? That's what I just want to say. So support Tucker and his wife and kids in any way you can. I love you guys. I love this country. We can do this together, but divided, we're nothing. We're the greatest country the world has ever built, and we cannot let it go anywhere. Okay? I love you guys. I do. If you like my content, if I did a good job, please subscribe, like, share. Sharing's huge. Comment. Like I said, Woody, subscribe to me. Keep this content going. Tell me I'm doing a good job. Alright? Subscribe, like, comment, share. I'm out. Love you guys. I love this country. We're going to do this. We're never letting our country go.